1 week after Typhoon Haiyan hit the Philippines, officials are still struggling to get a handle on this humanitarian crisis. In the hard-hit city of Tacloban, the mayor confirmed some 800 people are dead. Hundreds of decomposing bodies still lie in the streets. Aid is slowly reaching victims who line up for hours for food and water. Others simply just gather rainwater for daily use. This man lost his wife in the typhoon. At least he says he still has his child. The central Philippine city of Guiuan has been struggling in the wake of the typhoon. Relief workers were only able to reach it on Tuesday after working tirelessly to clear all the roads of debris. Survivors there are just getting aid. More than 2 million people need food and medical aid. Among the most vulnerable are children. So the hardest hit areas are Cebu and Tacloban. Cebu is being used as a coordinating point for aid arriving in the Philippines. And the CBC's David Common is at that aid center. He has the details.
So this is a World Vision aid preparation station. You actually see people here who are loading rice. This is all rice that comes from the Philippines. They load them into bags, put them into larger packages. More stuff is being loaded in over here. Things like beans and other essentials, cooking oil, enough for a family of 5 to keep them going for 2 weeks, because that's the immediate need. Try to get that out there. You get the sense of just how much is involved. Look at what they've already prepared. And as soon as these get done, we'll have to get out of the way here because they're very busy. But as soon as those get done, they move on, try to get them further upstream. They register families. Come down here for a second and you see that it's not just food. They try to get there's underwear, there's all sorts of other things, basic sanitary things, toothbrushes, toothpaste, all this kind of stuff that needs to urgently get into people's hands, people whose homes, whose communities have been completely obliterated. And so it's really quite the operation. We have seen stuff moving into airports, of course. Now it's getting into the families' hands, directly into the hands of people who need it most urgently. At the same time, we know Canadian soldiers are operating not far from here. We met Canadian soldiers this morning, part of that DART disaster assistance response team. They are mobilizing helicopters, bringing them into the country. About 68 Canadian soldiers already on the ground, and that number will continue to surge as more and more go through here. But in the meantime, this is what's being prepared. This to keep a family of 5 going for the next 2 weeks. David Common, CBC News in Cebu, the Philippines.
Officials in Ottawa say a number of Canadians are still unaccounted for a week after the typhoon hit the Philippines. James Fitzmaurice is monitoring the situation. He joins us live from our Ottawa bureau. So what more can you tell us about these missing Canadians, James?
That's right. Well, there's 75 in total that the Department of Foreign Affairs has names of right now. These are people that family members in Canada have reported that they've not been able to reach, asked for help in doing so. The list was much longer. It started off at 185 people that were unaccounted for, but in the last couple of days, Foreign Affairs has managed to track down 110 of them, leaving only that 75 we're now talking about. Now, Department of Foreign Affairs says that these doesn't mean that these 75 people are necessarily missing per se. It could simply be that they're in an area where the phone service has not yet been restored. We're of course talking about villages that are sometimes on different islands, some of them still quite isolated because of the devastation from this storm. So consular officials in the Philippines are working on this, they say, diligently every day, trying to track down more people, the ones that they do find, offering them assistance to see if they want to get out of the country, come back to Canada, and that is something that they are working on, as I say, every day down there.
All right, and Canada's disaster assistance response team is on the ground. What are they doing there?
They're providing immediate assistance. They're trying to fill the gap that exists right now. That story we just heard from David Common with the World Vision and other organizations that are ramping up, trying to get ready to put this food out, put this aid out to people. They're not quite there yet because there's just so much to be done. So what forces, including DART, are trying to do is fill that gap, provide the immediate needs. There's water purification equipment on its way down, being loaded on a plane as we speak, headed for the Philippines that will be arriving there, and medical teams as well to provide this urgent care before the aid agencies can get fully ramped up.
All right, thanks for this, James.
Thank you.
There are many ways you can help the relief effort in the Philippines. We have a list of them on our website, so head to cbcnews.ca and then just follow the links.